Hello and welcome to the Ridiculously Lame Wrestling Report. I am Robert Lentini, and today we're going to be discussing some news heading into tomorrow night's episode of WWE RAW. Chad Gable was removed from his Money in the Bank qualifying match after the Wyatt Six brutally attacked him, seemingly murdered the man on live television last week. He had a wound in his head that resembled a bullet hole, but thankfully he's not dead. He is returning to Raw this week. He's back in his Money in the Bank qualifying match against Braun Strowman and Bronson Reed. It is a triple threat match. We'll see who wins. We'll see if the Wyatt Six make an example out of Chad Gable again tomorrow night on Raw. Former AEW star and current TNA star Matt Hardy has made an interesting comment on his Extreme Life of Matt Hardy podcast with John Alba. He said that AEW didn't seem to want Jeff Hardy anymore. Hard to think of why. He was, arrested for driving under the influence in public. But anyways, this is his comment on his podcast. The only time they offered Jeff a deal is when they offered me a deal. Jeff didn't care unless they offered him something he liked. He was good. He was going to reach out. As Jeff was saying, no one has reached out. My deal may be up. I said, I'm enjoying my time at TNA. Jeff isn't looking to re-sign. No one has reached out. Jeff doesn't feel like he's necessarily wanted there. Well, he wasn't, and he's gone. Montel Vontavious Porter, otherwise known as MVP, made an interesting comment on his Instagram this week. A fan claimed that the Bloodline was given the Hurt Business's gimmick, the suits and everything, and made them look cool, and that was given to the Bloodline, and MVP weirdly said, true story. So he seemingly agrees that the Bloodline stole the Hurt Business's gimmick. He's also recently stated that Triple H has turned down the idea of reuniting the Hurt Business. We'll see what's next for MVP. He's currently the manager of Omos, who has not competed in a match since the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal before WrestleMania 41 in April. So we're going on a few months now. We'll see what's happening with MVP, what's next for him, but interesting comment from the veteran nonetheless. WWE has announced another match for tomorrow night's episode of Raw. It will be the new Women's Tag Team Champions, the Unholy Union, Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, against Katana Chance and Caden Carter. They were also champions before losing the titles to Damage Control earlier this year. It was not announced if it was a title match, but you have to believe if Carter and Chance win, they're in line to face the champions. Another update in Shane McMahon's weird quest to join All Elite Wrestling. The son of Vince McMahon has reportedly reached out to those in AEW about the possibility of joining and is not opposed to joining WWE's rival. But a new update from Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful Select today has kind of squashed those rumors. Tony Khan told the Wrestling Observer earlier this week that he hadn't spoken to Shane McMahon in his life, and Fightful today has backed up that statement and said that nobody has talked about Shane McMahon to All Elite Wrestling, probably besides Shane McMahon. So there's that. Shane McMahon, it was a ridiculous rumor to begin with, but he's not heading to All Elite Wrestling anytime soon. Drew McIntyre has continued to taunt CM Punk and WWE for that matter, following his brutal attack on the Second City Saint this past Friday night on SmackDown in Chicago after CM Punk got a great hometown reaction. The Bloodline interrupted. Cody Rhodes sprinted to the ring with a baseball bat. There's footage of them running together after, Punk looking like he's chasing Rhodes. Punk's having the time of his life in WWE right now despite being injured. But Drew McIntyre is irate at Punk for good reason. He cost him at Clash at the Castle, and he got his revenge by pretending to quit the company on Raw, only to show up in Punk's hometown and brutally beat him down and lay him out on the entrance ramp with blood pouring from his mouth, Nick Aldis shoving him. But he posted an update today of a bunch of crowd videos of fans in Scotland losing their mind after CM Punk got involved in the match. So Punk has claimed that it wasn't a bad reaction. He didn't get jumped, but it appears there are still thousands of fans irate at CM Punk. So this storyline is hot as ever. Punk hasn't wrestled in 6 months. And the most popular storyline in the professional wrestling business. It's unbelievable. But that is today's ridiculous report. We'll see you guys on the next one.